name is Aude, and wanted to talk about my daughter's condition. My daughter's name Vivienne. She has a primary immune deficiency called Mannose-binding lectin, or MBL. I wanted to share our story with other parents who have children who are ill, and I know that they might not have they don't have answers. MBL is a protein which is involved in the activation of the innate system, which is the immune system, part of the immune system that we're born with. Research has, from the past 10 to 15 years, show that while it's genetic, some gene mutations seem to suggest that some individuals are more susceptible to infections than others, and infections can be quite unusual. New research are currently being conducted on MBL, as it is part of the immune system that is under attack during COVID infection. So people with MBL deficiency can be affected in various ways, which is not quite straightforward and understood because never really been researched very thoroughly. The past recent research seemed to show that it's linked to the type of genes or gene mutation that the person have. My daughter seemed to have a very different type of gene, or I don't know, there's no really answer, so it's quite difficult to deal with. But she's been one of the people who I've met who have MBL deficiency, who have a number of recurrent infections. Vivienne has always been ill, always had infections, very unusual infections. And when she was 7 or 8 years old, she was for about a year, and particularly for a specific month, she was struggling with tonsillitis. She had a cough, a fever. She had fungal infections, eczema, which was bleeding and got infected. She had Staphylococcus aureus, so a very resistant type of Staphylococcus infection in the form of a cyst, and kidney pains. She was very tired, so she would fall down the steps, and she would be covered in bruises. And she wasn't allowed to go swimming because of her open wounds and infections. The school started to accuse me not to take care of my daughter. So one day the teacher came into the schoolyard in front of the parents, and my daughter was with me because I was just picking her up. And the teacher accused me in front of all the parents, in front of everyone, in front of my daughter, very loudly, of not taking care of my daughter. And I was a poor mother, and that the school would intervene. And I did my best to try to explain the situation. I always went to the doctor, was always trying to find solutions, always push the doctors to have answers, to do more. I sent the doctor's notes to the school. I did everything that I could. So to be accused in front of everyone was very difficult to take. So that's when I decided that the doctors that we were seeing were not up to the challenge. And I spent months and months and months to try to find someone who would be able to give us some answers and to help us with the school. So she was finally diagnosed when she was about 9 years old. So from when she was born to 9 years old, that was quite tough years to battle all this on her own. And she the diagnosis really obviously really helped.